are out as well.
And now,
pleasant afternoon on the riverside.
To the field of play.
Time for the recurve women's semi-final number 2 here in Shanghai. Again, an all-Korean affair. Let's go down to meet the athletes.
On target number 1, representing the Republic of Korea,
1号吧，来自韩国。
Choi Misun. On target number 2, representing the Republic of Korea,
2号吧，来自韩国。
Lim Sihyeon. The line judge for this matchup is
起射线裁判
Hossein Nasirinejad. Well, there it is, matchup number 2 for the semifinals here. The same stakes as
So another 2 Koreans contesting the second semi-final of the recurve women's individual competition. Choi Misun, a name we'll all know, 12 stage appearances since 2015, took a silver here in Shanghai in 2015 against teammate Kang in the final. And she's up against the newest face in the Korean women's team, her first appearance at a Hyundai Archery World Cup series event, and she's made the final 4. Job number 1 done for Lim Sihyeon. She's now taking on Choi for a place in the gold medal match.
9.
9
Yeah, interestingly, in 2015, when Choi got the silver here in Shanghai, it was almost as if she just burst onto the scene. And that's kind of what's happening to Lim Sihyeon now. She is bursting onto the scene.
She's made a big mark here at her first event, that's for sure.
Yeah, getting into the top 4 in her first event ever for World Archery. That's not a bad feat.
Not an unusual one, though, for Koreans.
9.
9
Just leaving the door open here for Choi to seal out this first set. A 10 will do that.
8.
Oh, she's left the door open herself now. A 27 means a 9 is enough for Hyun Lim to get on the scoreboard.
8.
And she pops it into the 8 for a 26. So a
27 to
couple of
26,
points
the
dropped there.
score for the
Wind,
51st set.
or is that a little bit of nerves from the pair of them?
I think that's just them getting started in this match and trying to find their footing.
Olympic team gold medalist out of Rio back in 2016.
You can see the wind. It's been blowing for a lot of the competition straight into the faces of the archers. Not a strong wind, but I had noticed that the wind meter was registering near 3 meters per second, I think it was.
Yeah. So that's not nothing. There's definitely some wind there, but they're relatively blocked off from it. And just judging by the flags, I don't think it's going to be a very disruptive wind.
It seems quite steady as well at the moment.
Yeah, steady and straight ahead. It's not the easiest to deal with, but as long as it's not strong wind, it's okay.
Second set, Lim shoots first on target 2.
So Choi 2-0 up on target 1, so it will be Lim in blue to shoot first at the start of the second set.
9.
9
What's interesting about Lim here is that she has her anchor plate of her tab. She has it quite high up, so it kind of sticks out.
9.
But when she anchors, she still gets a lot of hand contact. So that's kind of what you want. You want to have a lot of contact between your hand and your jaw. But you can see that little red anchor plate just sticking out there and really poking into the bottom of her jaw. That's not very Korean to me. I've worked with a Korean coach some time ago, and he actually filed off a bit of my tab so that I would have my tab flush with my hand so I could have more hand contact. So this is unusual, but she still, it looks really good, her anchor position, so there's nothing strange about it in that sense.
Well, it's worked for her on this occasion. That is an unreachable target for Choi, the 28.
9.
九
Finishes with a 9 for a 26. And it's a curious little match here. Not they haven't quite reached the highest standards of the first semi-final as quickly. It feels like there's still more to come from the pair of them.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with my statement that the wind is not as bad as it might seem, maybe, but like judging by the scores, if I look around on the venue, it shouldn't be as disruptive as the scores may suggest. So I think it's just them not wanting to be the one to get fourth, or really wanting to be the one to get first.
And there is that sort of element of the nerves here. For Choi, it's a case of, well, she's expected to win against a debutant on the Archery World Cup circuit, even though it's her teammate. And for Lim, it's that very thing that it is her first time here.
Yeah, and her first time at a World Archery event in the first place. So, but Choi Misun was chosen, or sorry, Lim Sihyeon was chosen over Choi Misun for the team event. So the coaches must have had a reasoning behind that as well.
9.
九
9.
九
10.
十
Well, momentum very much switching towards the first timer.
9.
A really quick shot there from Choi Misun, and we see those more often from her, where she just gets into anchor and immediately goes through the clicker and shoots it.
9.
九
A nice quick shot is good in most cases, but I could never shoot as quick as the quick shots that she makes. For me, that would be impossible.
Well, it wasn't a lethargic shot from Lim there for her final arrow as well, and a clear win in that set for Lim. She seems to have found the momentum. Perhaps your pre-season pick was a good one.
Yeah, maybe. I do have to say it doesn't seem as convincing just yet as the arrows that Kang was shooting. It almost feels like the difference between Lim right here and Kang in the previous match is that Lim is just shooting good arrows and hoping for them to land in the 10, and Kang was shooting 10s and occasionally shooting a 9, sort of. So it's a bit of a different, like, it's a nuance, but that's just the general vibe that I'm getting.
Now Choi Misun will be shooting first on target 1.
3局过后，场上比分2比4。第4局比赛，首先发射的是1号靶。
Looks like it was a 26 for Choi, but up against the 28 shot by Lim means that it is Choi now trailing. She shoots first in the fourth.
9.
九
10.
十
Yeah, so far only 110 from Choi Misun. That's not really what we expected when we went into this match, but maybe she is plagued by the wind a bit more than Lim is.
十
You do get ever so such subtle differences, even though they're just a few meters apart on the shooting line.
10.
Oh, very much dialed in now, Lim.
Yeah, keeping it into her own hands, she can control this match with the current score,
8.
八
especially with that 8.
Yeah, an 8 for the win and a place in the gold medal match at her first time of asking.
9.
Finishing with a 29 is more than enough. She went 2-0 down right at the beginning against teammate Choi Misun, but the Hyundai Archery World Cup debutant has not only made the final 4 in the women's recurve, she's made the final 2, and she's going to guarantee herself at least a silver medal here in Shanghai.
29环2号靶来自韩国的林显宪。